Welcome back to the Triple SC, everybody. Gronk.
Christopher, how you feeling today, bud?
I'm all right. I'm tired. I'm all right. How about you?
Tired is the word of the day. It was even on Wordle. That's how word of the day it is. And I don't play Wordle, so I don't know how I would know that, but I know in my heart that tired was the word of the day because it's my word of the day, and since the universe does revolve around me, I'm going with that.
I appreciate you letting me be in your presence.
Hey, not everybody's fortunate.
Well, maybe it's just the gravitational pull.
Bring it in, bring it in. Move a little closer.
Make room. Make room.
I'm not your God, but if you choose to worship me, I will accept it. What are we going to talk about today? What you got on the block for us?
I,
Since it's your lead,
I'll be honest. I really don't have a topic per se to go off of. I do feel like what it seems like our channel has progressed to the point where you're more of our movie and comic book guy, and I tend to flow towards the game section of
yeah,
what there is to talk about. So I don't know. I guess we could catch up on some of the things since the last time we had I guess kind of like a rumor mill, more or less.
sure.
But some of this stuff has already been confirmed or not been confirmed.
Bared a little fruit. We had the DRM scare a few weeks ago with PlayStation, didn't we?
Yeah,
Where they were like, well, you need this one-time digital handshake in order to maintain the license to your games. So now everybody's scared what that's going to mean looking forward. Do you actually own the rights to your content, or do you just are they sharing a license with you until such time as they decide not to anymore? And what's going to happen at that point? My question is, if they're going to do that to us, why are games 70, $80?
digitally.
Period. Like, why are if I buy a game physically for $70, why whenever that license expires, can they just reach their digital hand through the internet and wipe out my access to it? If they're going to do that, then buying buying relatively
Right,
physical games should not cost that much. If I
right,
can just lose the license and the access, like it's no big. And I'm not one to violate the terms of agreement
right.
real wild and crazy. Like I don't get on the multiplayer and just shoot my mouth off and act a damn fool out there in the arena play or anything like that. It's not like I'm constantly violating PlayStation's
Policies and stuff.
policies or Microsoft or anything like that. Now I haven't lost access to anything.
Right.
But everybody's because this is a world of fear we're living in these days. Everybody's worried. Okay, well, what happens when they start doing that?
Right.
I'm trying not to worry about it. I'm doing my best not to worry about suddenly not being able to access things or
Well, so then let me rebuttal with a question then, or
sure.
what your thought would be. Excuse me. Who would be the one that would revoke the license? It'd have to be the original company that created like Rockstar, Capcom,
Yeah.
Activision, who have you. So, do you think that if that day was to come, that you would then have to purchase it through them? You think they would be the ones to revoke the license that way they could sell the games?
I don't know. I don't know who would do it when it comes to that day. My because
It's purely speculation, obviously.
most companies, if they're big enough, that's why you have that's why. All right, let's kind of sidestep here just to make an analogy that kind of like in the movie business, you have production companies, and
Right.
they're the ones that actually make and pay for and make the movies,
Okay.
but they are not big enough to put them out there and sell them everywhere.
Right.
I mean,
Somebody distributes it.
they need somebody to distribute it for them.
Right.
Now, that is, there are video game in the video game world, there are publishing giants who do that, but they are not the ones who make it. They just put their name on it and
Right.
ship it out.
Okay.
And so my thought is that I don't know how much of the split there is between production and publishing,
Right.
whether or okay, say Take Two or 2K develops a game,
Okay.
but then they have to, and I'd be curious what the split is. Okay, which ones are the production companies and which ones are the actual publishers?
Right.
Because I think 2K is a publisher, but I can't swear to that.
Okay.
And then you break that pie up a third way and you say, okay, what are we going to publish it on?
Right.
So then Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo or
Steam.
Steam PC gets another cut of that, gets another cut of that pie.
Okay.
In theory, I don't know
Right.
how it all works, but
Right. No, I'm
you're
with you.
you're you're breaking it up all these different ways, and say even one person is like, well, when the licensing agreement fails, who does it fail on account of, and why?
Right.
And okay, I just bought Battlefield, and I bought another PlayStation copy of Battlefield Hardline just because I enjoy the game, and why not?
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, when if EA just suddenly decides, well, the past is the past, and we need the gaming community to focus on new things, so we're just gonna remote clip access to it around the world. Whether you have a disc or not, we're gonna reach our hand through the digital sand and erase it from reality.
Right. Which I mean, they haven't done that with like
I
any 360 and older generation titles. You other than the ones that they have let go of, like there's still a stored access, or you still have access to all these games you purchased on that console
yeah.
before.
I
So,
I think we're a way longer time away from that kind of thing than what everybody's worried we are.
well, I mean, I don't know. Given the announcement with Project Helix, them talking about possibly doing this whole disc to digital thing.
I need more details about how that's going to work, because if the console is not going to have a disk drive, how are you supposed
To put it on there.
to put it on there?
And then comes the question, what prevents me from just putting it on there and then selling the game?
Or
Because
is it like you have to mail in a physical copy and then they will send you back a digital content code? So it's like a reverse of the buy sell trade industry.
whoa, that's interesting because that's one thing I did not speculate at all. But then who's paying the shipping and handling? Because
I don't know, because
I'm not shipping you 550 games.
why would you suddenly start hoarding a billion physical copies of something other than maybe to destroy them so
Yeah,
that people can't just constantly
figure out a way around the licensing thing.
other than to, well, the problem is that the buy sell trade industry has kind of shot them in the dick.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, everything's selling first line at $60 to $80.
Yeah.
Well, whoever decides, "Oh, I've had this a week and the past is the past. I don't really like it," so they take it over to Dave's or Jake's or wherever.
Right.
And then the next guy on the street's like, I don't have $60 to $80. I'm gonna go check Jake's, check Dave's, check Discreet, wherever,
Right.
and
Lo and behold.
all of a sudden, two people have gotten access to the game for the price of one person up front to Sony or to Microsoft.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that they want to try to eliminate that stat. They want to try to eliminate that second generation.
I mean, even if you like, let's hypothetically say you try to do get rid of the buy sell trade stores. I mean, you're still gonna have people that's willing to buy it and then just sell it on the marketplace or other means of selling things, eBay, what have you. But no, you got me thinking now.
Unless their thing becomes, if you're going to get rid of this, you have to sell it back to us.
Oh, like Sony and Xbox and
Yeah,
Microsoft.
or
Yeah,
something like that. Like
yeah.
if you're gonna get rid of this, you have to return it to us. You have to sell it back to us.
Well, in that case, just make everything digital and give me the same agreement. If I don't like it in 30, give me a certain day amount of time that I'm allowed to return it for a percentage of what I paid for it.
I think that might be where they're trying to go. If this product if this disc to digital thing is real, and I think that's just like an idea they had, and they don't understand
Right,
what the logistics are going to have to be to make it work themselves yet.
right. I think if I read the post correctly, it's not that anybody has confirmed this. This is just something they're shooting the idea around at
Yeah,
to see if it could work. Because I mean, if it is going to be a digital only console, that's a genius idea. I'll admit, to give me access to the games that I've paid money for previously on that console, I would love that. I mean,
but every
if you can manage to get every single game to work on it backwards to the Xbox OG,
yeah,
now you're speaking my language. You know, I
and
I, I can get down with that.
I saw an article the other day that said that technically speaking, the PlayStation 5 is should already be capable of that. It
Playing all the way back.
it should already be capable of playing all the way backwards to original PlayStation,
Yeah.
but Sony is not interested in capitalizing on that. They don't care about capitalizing on that,
The most befuddling thing is you have nothing to lose doing it.
but they can't they have nothing to lose, but they're not going to make another mint off of it. Like I'm guessing they want to roll that out on the PlayStation 6. Like they want that to be the what they sell the PlayStation 6 with, even though the PS5 is, according to this
Capable.
article, already capable. They want to sell the PS6 with that.
I mean, it'll be a great selling point if you're trying to curb what the buy sell trade industry has to offer, especially on old consoles like that. I mean, you and I both have older consoles sitting around just for certain games that we like to play that don't work on the new one, so
Yeah.
we know it all too well.
And especially when they won't when they won't remaster them, they won't
Yeah.
unlock the library so that I can play it on the current generation console. You can't tell me that because all those old discs were made on DVD discs.
Right.
You can't tell me that if I put a DVD in a 4K player and it'll play a DVD that I can't put a PlayStation disc in a PS5 and it's not gonna fucking
Yeah. Listen.
my flabber's done been gasted if that's what you're trying to tell me.
Right. Well, you might as well get one of those $400 PS3s if that's what you want.
Well, I thought we were gonna run into that about a month or two ago. You
Oh
said that
yeah,
Jake's
when I thought it
had
was
one
Jake's.
and
And I looked everywhere on Facebook and I could not find where that post was. I wonder if it was like a maybe I misread it and it was the disc replay or something. Because I mean, I get all kinds of gaming stores content now. Now that I've looked up Jake's 2 times to verify that
that's how
it's
that works.
yeah, the algorithm has met me. But I mean, nonetheless, no, I'm really I'd be interested to see it work out and very interested to see what the plan is on how they give you access to it digitally. Because your idea is the first thing I've heard that makes some sense.
I'm a sensible guy.
Let's not get carried away. Okay. Superman is a sensible guy.
All kinds of people out there, better men than me,
Let's not
even
lie.
ones that aren't real.
Yeah, we're not perfect though.
Oh,
Definitely can't aim to be.
if I figure if you wake up every day and you are always moving towards better, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
And I was at breakfast earlier, and I don't know, because I stopped moving for 5 seconds. All of a sudden, my brain started moving 3 times faster just to make up for the difference that my feet weren't making anymore. And
Right.
it's like, okay, if I were to look at my life in final analysis and look at the man I am in final analysis, I could probably argue that in general terms I am probably a good man, but I am also I am also a failed man. I look at myself as a failure,
Yeah.
and my it's probably an open secret that my self perception is terrible, but it's like I am a failed good man. Like at the there were probably people who mourn me, but I am never going to be a success.
Right.
And can I live with not being a success? Can I live with the fact that a hundred people out in any direction, there's gonna nobody's gonna remember my name?
Well, I don't think that's true.
Can I live with that? Can I live with the fact that I will probably die lower middle class?
Can you?
I
If you can't, what's stopping you from changing it? I think you're the only thing holding you back.
well, that's true of anyone.
Oh, it's definitely true of me. I can I can solidify that right now.
I am because uh, I'm not good with money, and that's not because nobody taught me. That's just because we've all got our coping mechanisms. We're basically just living day to day, trying to make feel bads feel better,
Right.
and sometimes we do that in meaningful ways and responsible ways, and other times we go to Jake's and spend $150 on games when we just emptied out our 401k.
But we did it so we could feel good.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I need money to get me through the week and pay this bill, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you want to go to Jake's? Yeah, I kind of want to go to Jake's. Spider-Man Edge of Time, $110. Oh, fuck. Let me have it.
You know,
Instant buyer's remorse.
if that tax check would come through, this wouldn't be a problem.
Indiana needs to get on stick
It's
because
his money and he wants it
uh,
now.
I, I'm turning into Veruca Salt real goddamn fast. I'm gonna tell you.
They always want to play with your tax refund. I'll tell you, that was me. Well, it was the federal tax return that I was waiting on,
I'm
but
watching it turn into at least all 90 days that they say it could take.
well, you'll be lucky if you get it at 90 at this point.
It. What do I do when it takes longer?
Oh, nothing, because it's the IRS. What are you gonna do?
Apparently I can't do anything because I call the 1-800 number that they got, and they're like, they're trying to discourage people from calling in and making a complaint, and they won't even let you talk to a real person. You can walk your way clean through the menu, and right at the end of the menu, there'll be, a customer service agent will not be able to yield you any
Different
different
results.
information.
Yeah,
Please check the website again sometime soon. Who who do you call for how do you who do you call for help?
yeah. That'd be my question. Then who do you call? If you're saying they don't have more information, that's fine. But how do I get a hold of them?
I need to have somebody explain to me what the like if you have my refund,
Right.
then explain to me what is taking so long. Is there three people in your office? Are you basically processing or I mean, how far are you through mine
Right.
that it is, it's going to be all 90 days. If you haven't even started on mine yet, how many people are ahead of me?
Right.
If there's not people ahead of me, what's taking so long?
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Are you doing it by social security number? Is it
they
by
got
birthday?
they
What?
got that one thing out there, and they're looking at your paper.
One line at a time with a magnifying glass. And if anybody misses a comma or a decimal point, they got to go back and start all over again at line one.
Could you imagine?
Fred, we're off by 2 cents. I know. Start all over again. We cannot be off by two. It's 2 cents. Start at line one. Or start at the back of the line at the unemployment office.
Pick one.
I'm sorry, buddy. Line one again, everybody. And like 10, a 10 people committee is like, handling every single return.
Right.
And if 10 people in this committee can't all agree on the exact same figure, they got to start all over.
Well, it's probably some type of AI system, and it's probably down, and they're waiting on
Why does
the company that fixes it to come through.
AI hate me? I never did anything to AI. I watched The Terminator.
It's been listening to you the whole time. It knows that we have questioned it on this stream. It heard us question its possibilities and its capabilities and said, you know what? Fine. Fuck your money.
Just lost it out there in cyberspace somewhere.
Took it
It
and put it
wouldn't
on the dark web
it
for
wouldn't
you.
surprise. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised what that state refund is attached to right now. You'd probably kill yourself.
Probably be worth more than you could even imagine just because somebody multiplied it.
I
All the right
invested it in
things.
all the wrong
Yeah.
things, and my state refund has financed wars and human trafficking and major drug shipments and every other fucking thing. And
Well, I have to wonder what happened to the money that's been taken out of my bank account on a couple different occasions. One time I tried to buy a cruise. I'm like, can you even get a refund on a cruise?
not right now. There's people getting on the boats and then they're canceling the cruises. At least the way I saw the news report a few days ago. Like I think it was a Disney cruise. Like people got on the boat. They had
Had their
left.
tickets scanned.
They ticket scanned. They got on the boat. I don't know. I don't know if they pulled away from the dock yet. But then they were on the boat and they're like, "All right, the cruise has been canceled. What do we fucking do?"
Disney canceled? Oh, I think I read about this. Disney's the one that canceled the cruise, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I didn't actually read the whole story, but I saw the headline about that. Those are not cheap. I don't know if you've looked into those. Those are just as expensive as going to the park.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy. I'm sure it's awesome.
1,500 $1,500 package,
Yeah,
and let's say that does everything for a family of four. That is still $1,200 that you can't get back.
a person,
Oh,
a person at 12. I've looked at that cruise. It is not cheap. It was going to cost more than my car to take the whole family on that cruise. I'm like, "No, I got better odds of taking them to Disney World before I'll be able to take them on that cruise. And I don't even know if any of us like water enough to be floating on it for 5 or 7 days or however long that lasts.
let me give me one of them lifeboats. Let us off here because I ain't taking this thing all the way to Tahiti.
Speaking of boats, I heard a joke the other day that said, "Why are women and children evacuated first in disasters?" And so men can come up with a solution in silence.
They're just all the guys are saying, "We got this, right?" Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, we got this. We just wanted to get all that noise off the boat.
Duct tape. Who's got the beer?
You good down there, Fred? Oh, this 10-minute fix.
Oh, she was gone before we sent the last boat off.
The Titanic wouldn't have went down.
Here's the one bucket of water that managed to get in here. Uh, But yeah, no. So that would be a disaster. I thought you were saying that people got on the cruise, and then as soon as they get their ticket scanned and it undocks, they canceled their tickets and got their money back type thing. But I see. I think I remember reading this headline. So
The world is somehow even worse than it was a year ago.
you're expecting it to get better?
I was hoping it would. That's the promise we keep hearing,
I hear this promise every year.
and every day.
It's always the same thing.
We're, I don't know if it's an open secret to everybody else, but let's say we live in America. Let's just pretend that that's the reality,
Guten
okay?
Tag.
And so every day you hear that America is the hottest ticket on the planet.
Right.
Meanwhile, gas is basically $5 a gallon. Groceries are out of control. General everyday quality of life is so outrageous
Oh
that
yeah.
I can't take my family out of town for the weekend.
Well, it was so we just drove to Florida. It was 960 miles, and I mean we got lucky and found a couple places where gas managed to be 420, and then I even managed to get somewhere for 369. I think that was in Tennessee, but
I
nonetheless, we still spent like almost $200, and it was a hybrid.
you're basically deciding what utilities you keep on for the month anymore.
Yeah,
And I have never had somebody approach me on the street and been like, "Man, we're Americans. We're winning all the time anymore, and I don't know what to do about us winning so much." I don't know about everybody else, but I don't feel like I didn't turn into DJ Khaled overnight. It's not like that's happening for me.
I don't think it happened for anybody.
Who? Even DJ Khaled didn't happen for him.
He's already loaded.
He's probably feeling them gas prices right now.
None of them are filling these gas prices right now. They don't even look at what gas costs to put in the
They don't
car.
look at what groceries cost to put in the fridge. They don't, they have personal chefs who walk around. I'd like to spend a week as somebody who has just a person that just walks around behind me with
An
a
assistant.
bucket that basically just wipes my nose all day long.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
hold my piss bucket or whatever it is.
I know it's probably been a few years, but you can ask your mom what it felt like because I think there was a time when she did that for you, believe it or not.
Well, my mother's a terrific lady, and I tried to tell her that on Mother's Day. Hopefully, she got that message. And
She asleep when you tried to call.
no, I had to work that day, and then we spent a little bit of time in Anderson after I got off of work.
Right.
And I was like, all right, well, on our way home, we're stopping past my mother's house because it would be nice for her if somebody stopped to tell her Happy Mother's Day and I love you and all those things that we secretly wish people would tell us.
Right.
I mean, nobody's going to tell me Happy Mother's Day, but it would be nice if somebody would stop every once in a while and say nice things to me. So I figure it would be nice for her if somebody stopped every once in a while and said nice things for her. And I wanted, I hadn't seen her in a week or two, so I thought, well,
Why not?
we're going to make a stop on our way home, and me and the women folk stopped and was like Happy Mother's Day and had a very good conversation with my mother and went on about our way because it was late. But as a general rule, I figure we're all hoping for support and a network, a network of community and camaraderie and general goodwill that we can count on, and without going down a massive, oh well, just looking at it politically, this is exactly what's wrong with the world today. And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a big giant bucket of KFC that could explain all of that, but that's not what this channel is. And speaking from my perspective, that's never going to be what this channel is. We're not going to lower ourselves by focusing on the politics. We're here to make the feel bads feel better.
That's right. It's about those video games. The only reason
First Light came out today.
the only reason I say product is that's 007, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's supposed to be three really good games coming out this month, like solo games, and that was one of them.
I really want to play that. I wish my tax check would have hit so I could go get it.
Where,
Wink, wink,
where you
hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
where you gonna get it from?
Well, you can't get your hands on Pragmata anywhere. I would have figured that
You can get it on a
GameStop would,
PS5 copy.
huh?
You can get PS5s,
For what?
PS5 copies of Pragmata.
You can't. I thought you said you couldn't.
No, Xbox. I couldn't get. I don't have PlayStation. I had to get an Xbox copy
Dude, it is in your house. Why are you telling me you can't use it?
because I'm not touching it. It's not mine. It's his. I don't even play my own console. I'm most certainly not gonna go out of my way to play his.
You are the parent, right?
Yeah, but it's his console. I didn't even buy that one for him, so it's his.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. I
He got it as a birthday gift. Don't get me wrong. I'll ground him from it, but
fine if you're going the step of grounding him from it and removing it from his possession. That's well, I'm gonna enjoy this, you little bastard.
well, I just hate to put that much money into a game for a console that I don't necessarily know if I plan on investing in or not.
Sure.
I don't know if the PS5 is in my future right now, so uh, rather just invest in whatever I can on the Xbox.
Well, it's fair because there's lots of games I have that I haven't even taken the step to open and start playing.
That's the only reason I stepped back so hard. I mean, I found somebody that had Pragmata on the marketplace for $40, still sealed for the Xbox, and I was like, man, I'd love to, but am I gonna sit down and play it this week? I mean, I took my Switch to the vacation we went on, and I didn't even turn it on.
I feel that you buy with such ambition that you're gonna take the time to sit down and enjoy it, and then you
Hmm.
just somehow never do because the busy season catches up to you, and
Yep.
it's not what you feel like. I still haven't even opened up that demo that we downloaded for Pragmata.
Same. It's still on my Xbox, and I haven't opened it. That was the real reason I was like, why am I going to spend that much money on a game if I'm not even willing to crack it open and play the demo right now?
But see, here's the thinking that I suddenly just stumbled on as we were having this conversation. This how you fill your home with pictures of your kids, with curio cabinets, with all these things that you don't necessarily make any use of, but you like the way they decorate the house. A paint job in a wall has no practical purpose other than to just be
Aesthetically pleasing.
aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
That's fair.
Now, a bucket of paint costs less than a copy of 007 First Light,
No, it
but
doesn't. Depending on the size of bucket.
yeah,
If we're talking about a 5 gallon bucket, no. If we're talking about a 1 gallon bucket, yeah, you're right.
if I don't, it's been a long time since I've had to paint, and I don't know what I would have paid for it when I bought it. Let's say it costs $30.
That's what I was about to say. A gallon's 30 to 50 depending on brand.
Yeah. Now that bucket of paint theoretically costs less
The video game.
than the video game, but I don't care about the paint job.
That's
I
fair.
care about the video game, and it is aesthetically pleasing to me to know that were I to suddenly get the ambition to play, it is there for
It's
me
an
to
option.
enjoy.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily need to exercise it.
right,
I like knowing that I have the option.
right. It's just like having the Game Pass or the PlayStation Plus at your fingertips more or less versus having to do it digitally.
I think that's what people want. They don't even want to do the things they want to do. They just want to have the option to do them if they were so inclined.
I think that's really why I'm collecting the games at this point. Because so last year I got my tax check. I spent a lot of time playing Dynasty Warriors on the Xbox 360 because I bought one off somebody just so I could play those games because they weren't backwards compatible. And then I invested a little time in it, and then I just put it on the back burner.
You know,
Now the Xbox is sitting in a tote, waiting for me to pull it back out, and the 360s or the Series S is sitting there with a stack of games in the closet, nice and organized in alphabetical order, except for my newest game. I haven't added it to the stack yet. What'd I get? Oh, the Borderlands game, the Anthem collection.
yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Where'd I get that at? Is that the pawn shop?
I don't remember where you would have picked it up at.
It was cheap enough. It had to be the pawn shop. Seems right.
It depends on. There was something that I just saw on the PlayStation Store that was on sale. It was $9, and I thought, well, Devil May Cry 5. That's what it was.
Is that what's the newest?
Devil
Six?
May Cry 5.
Oh, I thought they came out with six.
No.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to.
Right.
It's been a few years since Devil May Cry 5, and it's like, well, you still got all kinds of room to tell stories with.
Yeah.
People would kind of like to see
What was it? I just seen a post about who the main character was for the next Resident Evil.
Claire,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you've seen that too.
because she hasn't been in the game since Resident Evil 2.
Wow, really?
No,
Interesting.
no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. She was the main character of Code Veronica,
Which when did that one come out?
360 era at least.
So that's sometime
That's
around
been
4 or 5
let's call it 20 years ago at least that
uh,
she was
in the storyline
in
at all.
in a game, let alone the main character.
Right. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how that one pans out then.
Well, Revel, I don't know what they were on first. I think it was still 360 generation that the Resident Evil Revelation games came out, but as far as I can tell, they're not considered part of the main branch of the franchise. They're
Okay. They did their own tangible line storyline, if you will.
yeah, but like main franchise games, she hasn't been in a game in a long. This is the bullet point. Main franchise games. Claire has not been in one in a long time, so we just they just did not. Leon's been in quite a few of them,
Yeah.
but Claire's not been one in a very long time. So we're headed towards Resident Evil 10. Let's say that gets made in the next 5 or 6 years, and it's almost 30 years she has not been the lead in a Resident Evil game. If
Yeah.
you don't count the remake of Resident Evil 2,
Right. Well, I mean, you can't count that because that's just a remake. That's not even
that's
you
not
know what
even
I
a
mean? That's an
fresh
actual,
game.
yeah. It'd be one thing if it was a whole new game.
It's like, hey, gang, you remember when Claire was a college student in her 20s? Well, the next time we see her, she's going to be a grandma.
I
Don't expect
mean,
her to outrace zombies unless you give her a really, really high tech walker.
oh,
She's just that's going to be how she's just got to melee zombies with her walker. She's got like knives on the.
you're giving a modder an idea right now. They're about to go pop that into Requiem.
What kind of tennis balls you got on your walker, Wilson?
That's right.
What kind of knives you got on your walker, Bowie? But then it turned into like a whole Dead Rising thing at that point.
Yeah.
You can
You just
imagine that
concoct
Dead
whatever.
Rising game, right?
100%. Just swinging it. Oh, yeah. So another thing I seen was Microsoft's came out and said you need to put in your vote for what game you want to be backwards compatible
I saw
because
that.
essentially they're going to end up making one. And it seems like Simpsons Hit and Run is going to take the cake on that one because it was almost like the next closest one only had like 75% of the amount of votes it had.
I'd like to see him do the Simpsons game,
Yeah.
like just all the Simpsons games that people get there.
So there was on the list there was two Simpsons games. They had the two typical Need for Speeds. Actually,
Superman Returns,
well, yeah, there was two Supermans, three Spider-Mans, and I think that was pretty much most of it.
Spider-Man 2,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then they had Need for Speed,
3.
Most Wanted, Underground 2, and Hot Pursuit 2. And I'm trying to think that I think there was another like series or more than one in the set of games for it, but
How do you do Dead to Rights is on the backwards compatibility library, but Dead to Rights 2 isn't.
well, that doesn't make any sense. How is one going to work and not the other?
Uh, exactly. But all three Max Payne games are on there.
They do work that way.
Yeah. The Matrix games aren't on there. I'd love to see the Matrix games on there.
Okay, yeah.
Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo, where it's
So
like, hey,
like
we made Enter the Matrix. Aren't you guys excited? Yeah, 5 minutes later. Are you why enter what? No.
I
So
mean,
then
it'd be great if they just take the whole list of the top 10 that everybody's wanting and be like, you know what? We're feeling froggy. We got a hold of all of them. They all agreed. They'll be backwards compatible in 6 months or whatever.
the licensing thing is just it's going to hang people up forever, and it's like if you guys would just open up your purse strings a little bit and
I'm telling you.
reinvest in all these connections you used to have, you would make so much fucking money.
But that's not what it's about.
Th-
That's not long-term profit in their eyes. They need that.
They would make that buffer back where they could start feeling like they had enough room to invest in newer ideas. Even if it's a short-term goal, enough short-term will help you get the feet back beneath your ground to look for long-term again.
I guess so. I don't know. We're seeing a lot of games that don't even turn around though. I mean, look at Marathon.
I saw an article yesterday, and they never name drop it. They always say in an Xbox, developer says this or
Yeah,
Xbox Insider says that.
yeah.
And everybody's going to live service because even the best selling single player campaign game of the year, even if it just did massive blockbuster sales, it is still not enough to basically break even
Yeah,
or to turn a profit for the company.
that's crazy to think too.
So, the what is it? The video game industry is floundering, so they're basically just throwing everything out of the boat, hoping that something will bring back a life jacket or
They're just throwing out nets, hoping for the best.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter what it is or how insulting it is to the gaming community or how productive, just whatever is gonna bring back profit.
right.
Any idea, no matter how stupid, bizarre, or
And
just
that's the problem too. I think they're focused on the profit. We want a captivating storyline that's going to take us on a journey for hopefully decades to come, like Resident Evil has done, and various other games. But profit's the main thing.
it's all about profit. It's
That's
all
what everybody
about
wants.
it's all about money.
Well, I mean, you got to keep your stockholders happy. You won't keep them forever if you don't keep them happy and keep the money going up.
But, well, as the gaming community, we feel slapped in the face, so we stop buying, and then they punish us for not buying. They punish us for not playing because like you've been churning out crap for years.
Yeah.
You make all these new policies to handicap my ability to play. No, I don't want to be a part of this. So then
Right.
they're like, all right, well, we got to do all this live service crap because we're losing people. Well, you guys care more about your money
Yeah.
than you do about me.
That's
And
how.
now that, now it's just a clusterfuck of your invention and you want to punish the gaming community for it.
Right.
Well, I will let you be the one to say since
Right on time.
we're banging on time.
That's right. Everybody, it's great having you this week. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care.